Mirwais is one of thousands of people in Afghanistan who was disabled by a war wound. Suicide bombings, airstrikes, and landmines have caused many such disabilities. And quite often, such as in Mir's case, the victims are innocent bystanders. It's estimated that 850,000 people in Afghanistan have some kind of physical disability. More than 12% is made up of men who were hurt at war.
I worked in a workshop, mechanic. It's what mechanic shop. There was a rocket head here and sharpened head in my back. So at that time I became disabled and didn't walk. 24 years ago I became disabled.
When he was 11 years old, a rocket-propelled grenade struck Mir's body, leaving him strapped into a wheelchair for life. But he has found refuge here, playing basketball at the Ali Abad Orthopedic Center in Kabul.
And the first time when I had started the wheelchair basketball, for me it seemed like it's a bit difficult, but day by day it's getting easy for me. Now it's so easy. I don't have problem. The importance of this wheelchair basketball, more important is mind. If a player has a mind, he can do everything.
Basketball is one of the key offerings in the healing process for patients at the Ali Abad Orthopedic Center. The International Committee for the Red Cross founded this center in 1988, the final year of the Soviet occupation, with the exclusive mission to provide orthopedic treatment to war victims. But it quickly became clear that patients needed more than a prosthetic limb to heal from their war wounds. The Red Cross expanded their services to include job assistance and emotional support to help patients reintegrate into society.
Sports very good for the disabled, which they are things that they cannot do. They are also staying at home. They are so depressed and disappointed that they think that when we disabled, so everything is finished. No, the life is still going. So when we have hands, we have mind, so everything is mine.
Most of the employees at the Ali Abad Orthopedic Center are amputees. Mir works as a receptionist and custodian. Among other jobs, employees manufacture over 19,000 artificial arms, legs, and other orthopedic devices each year. Witnessing the success at the Ali Abad Orthopedic Center, the Red Cross created 6 additional facilities across Afghanistan. Together, they've helped more than 145,000 war victims since 1988. That's about 9,000 per year.
3 decades wars, a lot of people were killed, a lot of people were injured and disabled and have lost their families, their brothers, their husbands. Now a lot of people become disabled and they lost their legs. We have a lot of amputees.
War in Afghanistan has lasted nearly 4 decades. After the Soviet withdrawal, rival Afghan factions fought one another for more than a decade. In 2001, following the 9/11 attacks, the US invaded Afghanistan, opening a new chapter of war that still continues today, 17 years later. The US has failed to defeat the Taliban, but according to Alberto Cairo, the physician who has been heading this center for the past 3 decades, not much has changed.
There are things that have improved, but again, the war is still there. So security has deteriorated. 16 years ago, well, all the Afghans were hoping that things were going to be better, war was going to finish. It did not happen. So it's very difficult to say that the situation is better than in the past. And at the time we could move almost everywhere. Now, not anymore. There are places where you simply cannot go because you don't know who is in charge of that, who is controlling it. Government, mainly in the city, but as soon as you leave the city, it's not clear anymore who's controlling it.
After nearly 2 decades of war, the Taliban still controls large areas of the country. Its rival ISIS poses a growing threat, while Al-Qaeda maintains a small presence. Human rights and protections for women and children, and basic infrastructure for health and education are still lacking. Alberto worries about what lies ahead.
It's 40 years that this war is going on. I don't know what's going to happen, so it's very, very sad. And we are here, the Red Cross is here trying to do its best, but there is a moment that the war has to be finished, has to stop, otherwise you cannot go like this. War is not just creating this wounded because of the landmines, no, it's not only that. War is destroying everything. The society cannot develop in a normal way. The medicines, the preventive or curative medicines cannot go on in the same way because of the war. So, and the economy and the security, education, everything is damaged. So we are just part of this disaster created by the war. It has to finish. It has to finish. Otherwise, I hope that all the parties, they sit together and they manage to find a solution.
This war is not our war. This war is come from outside. They order this dramatic war for their benefits. Now we know this war is economic war.
There's still a long road ahead to stop this war and find a path toward healing. The Taliban and US officials have been working towards a peace agreement. But even if war has ended, many thousands of people like Mir will continue to live with its consequences, which is why this space of freedom and joy through basketball is such an important part of their healing process.
Sports do can a lot of things. For these people, we see a lot of things will change. So when we play in the sport, we feel like a fly, we fly like a bird when we play. So this is because of basketball. This is because of sport. This wheelchair basketball affects directly to us that we will feel like strong. We will fly like a bird.